Alright, so boom. You're sitting at home, got a whole creative idea in your head, but you absolutely don't know what to do. Well, look no further. WeWantMoore.com is here to save you. We got a whole bunch of new options that's on the website, from video booking and photo booking. We even have a newsletter that tells you exactly what's going on in the world of We Want More. Make sure to check out the website, wewantmore.com. Let's make your next dream come true. Now, normally I'll be like, you know what I'm saying, and do my whole intro thing. But this time around, I'm going to keep it simple. Just because this video was mainly requested by a lot of people, ironically, in another video that has nothing to do with this video. And so, you know, to keep it classy, to keep it professional, you know what I'm saying, we gonna stick to the regular. Psych, I lied. Your lips dry. Shout out to C Banks. What are you talking about? If y'all know who I'm talking about, go watch TikTok. Yes. Sir. What's good with you? It is your boy Shamar Moore, aka We Want More, for those that got me on social media. It's me, baby. It's your boy. It's your boy. Anyways, today, guys, it's not a traditional video. It's not a reaction. It's not a vlog. But a lot of people have been asking me, like, yo, Mar, how you start a production business? We see you with the website wewantmore.com, which if you haven't seen it, go ahead and check it out. wewantmore.com. Let's make your next dream come true. But regardless, a lot of people have been asking me about making a production business, starting your own, what's the whole process, and like what's the biggest things that you can advise to people. So with that being said, I wrote down seven key points that I've learned in the past, I say about 2 years since I've started We Want More Productions. All right, but before we jump into this video, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to subscribe. If that subscribe button is red, you need to make it white. You need to make it white, and click that notification bell so you never miss content, because I be dropping content and y'all don't be showing up. That's probably because you don't got that notification bell on. So click that notification bell so you can be informed of when I drop content immediately. But yes, also leave a like and leave a comment for your boy, you know what I'm saying? But most importantly, make sure to subscribe, son, so you can become part of the gang. Anyways, guys, we're not gonna make this video too long because it's kind of a short list, but it's key essentials that I feel like every business person, production company or not, you should know this. All right, so when starting out, I think the number one most important thing is to build your portfolio. Reason why I put that as most important is because in order to attract clients and in order to get the business rolling, people need to see what you do. All right, now I think I've talked about this point in a previous video. Your portfolio is not going to come through paid clients at first, just because a lot of people, and I've noticed this in my business as well, a lot of people don't want to hire new videographers, new photographers, new cinematographers, whatever you attest to in the production world, or just, you know, in business in general. They don't want to hire nobody new, nobody that doesn't have their feet in the waters, you know what I'm saying? So you can shoot friends and family. I'm telling you right now, for free, or even if you have people that you know that needs work or that just wants to have fun, you can shoot them for free. Obviously you're not gonna make no money at first, but in the end, I promise you it's all gonna be worth it, because you're building your portfolio. Now, a lot of people will tell you, you know, iPhones can shoot this and blah, and while that is the case, I would not advise it. Reason why I say that is because on your phone, you're more susceptible to not edit your photos and instead think that, you know, iPhone's AI, when they like edit photos automatically, you think it looks good, which most of the times it does. But if you really want to become like a professional production business company, you really want to start learning how to edit your photos. And so I would advise to shoot straight off camera. That way you can't just, you know, post from camera up to, I mean, actually you can, but you're more susceptible to go on Lightroom, go on Photoshop, or whatever app that you use to edit your photos. Now, that's not to say that you can't edit your photos on iPhone. I'm just saying, for me personally, and for people that I've known, is that when they shoot photos on their iPhone, they don't really want to edit because the photo is already done in their eyes, and so they automatically post it up, which is good, but it just doesn't look as professional as like a DSLR or a mirrorless camera. All that to say, go ahead and buy yourself a DSLR or a mirrorless, or even a point and shoot, and just, you know, build up that portfolio. Shoot friends for free, shoot family for free, and just gain attraction within your portfolio. The second thing I would say is equipment. Obviously, in the last point, I just mentioned that you should get yourself a DSLR. Now, in order to become a production business, you really don't need much, just because you're on your own. It's your business. You can do what you want. But if you really want to be professional, you need to, you know, get the key essentials. I'm talking about lighting. I'm talking about audio. I'm talking about lenses. I'm talking about gimbals and stabilizers if you're into that. I'm talking memory memory cards, I'm talking drones if you want to get into drone stuff. But pretty much look into equipment. Now, I'm not saying to get everything at once, just because I understand, and trust me, I've been there. Equipment costs a lot of money. I'm talking a lot of money. But at the end of the day, if you really want to build up your business to become very, very successful, you have to invest in equipment. I promise you it's going to be all worth it. So in other words, if you see that lens for like $2,000, save your bread up. Save it up. You know what I'm saying? Save your bread up and get that lens. It's going to help a lot. Trust me. Your photos are going to be crisp. All right, number three. And number three is kind of optional, but I've seen more success doing number three than I have without it. And that's to build a website. Okay, your portfolio is going to live on your website. Now, obviously, if you don't have a portfolio, you can't really build a website because there's no work to show. But if you have the work and you have the equipment to, you know, actually get out and do stuff, then having a website seems more professional than just DMing on Instagram or, you know, shooting a message on Facebook. It doesn't give off that professional, like, okay, I can pay this person $1,000, $2,000 for, let's say, a wedding or a big event. Building that website not only helps you to seem more professional, but it actually helps to attract more clients, because let's say that one person that books on your website loves the layout, they recommend it to 3 of their friends. Not saying all 3 of their friends is going to go to you, but one of those friends could come up to you and say, okay, I want to book with you as well, and poof, that's how you get the ball rolling. Whereas on Instagram, it's kind of like, okay, they could DM you, but then it's like, I feel a little iffy because this person also posted stories about sneakers, or they also post stories about them drinking on a Saturday night. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't give off that professional, like, my work is going to be valued vibe, if that makes sense. So keep up with a website. I'm not saying you have to have one. You don't. I know a couple of my friends who don't have a website right now who are still making substantial amount of money in the production world. For my take, I would say if you want to stick to that professional vibe, I would say to build a website. Now, of course, you don't need to know how to build a website, because there's a lot of builders online, including Squarespace, including Wix. I can't think of them off the top of my head right now, but there's a lot of them that you search on Google and you'll find them. I use Squarespace for wewantmoore.com. It's the main domain, but it works for me. It's beautiful. It gives me so much leverage, and just it links so well for me. It relieves so much stress. Squarespace is really dope. Squarespace, if you're watching this, you know what I'm saying, let me get a little sponsorship, get a little ads or something. We can make that happen. Next thing I wrote down is promotions. Now, this is the biggest. I know I said number 1 was the biggest, but number 4 is the biggest point. Okay, this is how you get your name out there. Okay, you could do everything that I say. You could do all 7 points on here. Well, all 6. You could do all 6 points on here, but if you do not promote, you go nowhere. No one knows who you are. You could have all the equipment in the world, you could have a great portfolio, but if nobody sees your work, if you're not promoting it to new people every single day, then your business will not grow and it will not succeed. Okay, promotions is very big. You can ask your friends, you can ask your family, you could do it yourself. Instagram stories, Instagram posting, Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, you know what I'm saying? Just every social media app that you can find. LinkedIn, post. The more you post, better the chances of somebody finding you and eventually booking with you, because they get to see your work as a new person. But without promotions, you kind of strip away the aspect of finding you and being excited to book with you, and you know what I'm saying, you just lose the essence of new people in a sense. Okay, number 5 is kind of a big one for me, just because, you know, being in this business for 2 years, I've noticed both sides, but it's counting your wins and losses. Now in the production world, there's gonna be some times where you get big wins. I'm talking like clients that love your work, they pay you a good amount of money. I'm talking money that like keeps you surviving for like a month or 2. Like, you don't need no other clients because that client right there just helps you out. Then there's other times where, you know, you may have a client that might be interested in your work and then they flop, or people that just, you know, you go a month or 2 without getting no clients or barely any clients, or you get clients but they're not paying much because the work that they're asking for isn't much. And this happens in every business. It's not just in production. This is everywhere, where there's gonna be days where you win and some days where you lose. Now, the smart businessman will always, when he gets those big wins, you always save a chunk. Not a chunk. Well, you save a portion of whatever you earn, just so that the days that you do lose, it's not like you lost entirely, because you still have money to sustain for that month, if that makes sense. The biggest thing I would say, when you reach that financial you know, that median ground of you know, making some money, I would advise you to not spend it all, just because there comes a time in production where you're not gonna get clients like that, unless you're like, you know what I'm saying, Peter McKinnon or something, or Sam Colder, and you're just getting clients left and right and you could just make money. But when you first starting out, or like your first couple years, it's not gonna be that easy. And so I would say, for those lost days, make sure when you get those wins, you save a portion, just so those lost days don't really feel like lost days. Number 6 is a biggie. A lot of people struggle with it, including myself. When I first started, even before I started the business and was just making money on the side, is pricing yourself. A lot of people struggle with this, mainly because they don't want to overcharge customers when they're first starting out, but at the same time they don't want to underpaid for something that should cost more. The first thing I would say to you is, obviously going back to point number 1, when you're building your portfolio, you really shouldn't be charging people just because you're inexperienced in the field. And so you don't want to take people's money for something that you're not really good at yet. Now, of course, talent does come. Yes, I understand some people have talent the first time they pick up the camera, but at the same time, if you really want to be professional and you really want people to come back to you every single time, don't want to charge somebody for something that you're not really ready for. In my preference, I would say the first year of building your portfolio, I would do free at max. Do like $50 a shoot. $50 a shoot is really not a lot. But you have to remember that if you're doing studio shots, you have to pay for the studio. You're gonna spend a lot more than you earn in the first year or two, but after a while, after your portfolio starts building and people start hitting you up actually wanting to pay you, then you can start raising your price a little bit. So I would say right after you learn like Photoshop and Lightroom really well, and your editing is getting like, you know, crispy, and you see like a lot of people loving your work, that's when I would start, you know, elevating my price a little more, just a little bit by a little bit, until you feel like you're comfortable with the price that you are. Because there will come times where, you know, clients think that, okay, your price is way too high, but you know for yourself and you know your worth, this is what it is. If you want this kind of photo, you got to pay me this bread, you know what I'm saying? And people will pay for it because they respect your work. And the last point is kind of it's not really a big point, but this is kind of a point that you might need in the future. It's building a team. Now, currently for WeWantMoore.com or WeWantMoore Productions, I don't have a team right now. It's just myself, and you know, once in a while I'll have another photographer there in certain shoots, or I'll have another videographer there in certain shoots. But for right now, it is myself mostly, just because I'm not at that level of business where I can start paying people. I noticed for myself, and I've noticed through other companies and businesses, that once you reach that certain milestone where you can pay people and still live comfortably, you definitely need a team. Reason being, I'm pretty sure you guys know this, but when businesses grow and, you know, you're getting customers from left and right, and it becomes so hard for you to do it by yourself, you need somebody to help you organize. You need somebody to help you be more productive and more efficient. Therefore, you know, you hire editors, you hire photographers on the side, you hire, you know, just other people helping you like conduct the business efficient. But anyways, guys, that's my 7 key points for starting and, you know, maintaining a production business. Now, of course, to people who don't have a production business but they want to start a business anyways, you can still take these 7 points and still run with them. I think they're points that help anyone trying to start in business. Make sure to comment down below which point was your favorite, or which point you need more assistance in. I am glad to help. Make sure to leave a subscribe for me down below. Make sure if that subscribe is red, you gotta turn it clear and white, baby. It should say subscribed, and click that notification bell so you don't miss nothing. Make sure to leave a like for your boy. And anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Deuces.